You break me down with your wall of words.
So guys, we're on the couch at home with Tommy Ludgate, the eve of her album launch, Wall of Words. You must be pretty nervous.
Thanks, yeah. Nervous and excited.
So when did it all begin? I heard you started singing at the tender age of 8 years old. How has it progressed since then?
Yeah, well, I've been into music, I think, forever. I think from my parents playing music a lot, and started singing at 8 when I joined the school choir, which was called Pizzazz.
Pizzazz.
Yeah, where we did kind of old spiritual songs, and then took up singing lessons and have kind of been doing it since.
Okay. When you finished school at 18, you attended Vocal Tech Music College. How did your sound evolve at Vocal Tech and to what it is now?
You know, you can sometimes just not remember what happened, but
Happens to me a lot.
Yeah, no, at Vocal Tech I learnt quite a bit about different styles of music and kind of realised what I really enjoyed. But it kind of came back to what I always liked, which was blues, basically, which is what I started doing when I joined the choir when I was younger. That was all kind of old spiritual stuff, and that's kind of what it comes back to, in a way, more kind of jazz mixed in, which I learnt at college, kind of soul-y vibe as well. So yeah, just being there and learning more about different styles kind of helped me.
Fantastic.
I did a degree in popular music performance.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was just there for 3 years, doing a lot of performing, and it was all kind of singing, doing more theory stuff. And that's when I started kind of writing my own stuff more and formed my band there.
And when did you start gigging? When did you start getting involved in the London sort of gig circuit?
A couple of years ago now, so I met a couple of the guys at college that I play with, and a couple of guys on Gumtree actually I advertised. And yeah, we just started doing a lot of the showcase nights around London, so about 2 years ago.
So tell me, you had a slight, during your teenage years, you were in a pop group called D2M. Tell me a bit about that.
I was in a band that we made at school, 4 girls together.
Don't go home tonight.
Signed and did a lot of gigging around Europe and TV appearances and radio, so it was just a really good experience to kind of get to grips with how the industry works a little bit. And
do you think it set you up for later life? Good experience?
Yeah, I think so. I think just being in situations where you have to be quite confident and meet people and get out on stage in front of lots of people. Like, we played up to 10,000 people, which is big, so yeah.
So, yeah, hopefully you'll be doing that again quite soon.
Yeah.
So you recently entered an online competition called SliceThePie.com. Tell me a little bit about that.
Slice the Pie is a website that helps unsigned artists fund their music, whether it be to record their album or market their album. And I won it back in November last year. And what happens is you upload your music online, and there are arenas, what's called an arena, and there are about 1,000 artists in each arena, and then people kind of rate music. So there's people on there reviewing music, there are artists on there, there are people buying shares on there. It's like a kind of mini industry within itself.
Do people buy shares in you?
Yes, I think they do.
Oh, fantastic.
I don't know how many or who or where they are, but yeah, so then from those 1,000 artists it gets narrowed down to 20, and then people vote, and the person with the most votes gets the money, and that was me.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So Tommy, tell me a bit about the process from winning the money to now actually releasing an album.
Well, it was quite a mission, I have to say. There was a lot to think about. The main kind of thing was rehearsing with the band, so I play with 4 other guys. I've got James on guitar.
I had changed, got used to tell you need
Hamish on keys. Tiernan on bass, who I also call Bone, is his new nickname.
Bone.
And Ed on drums.
Okay.
I did it at a studio called Mark Angelo's.
Okay.
With a guy called Tom Kelly,
okay.
who I co-produced it with.
I met Tommy because she came to look at the studio. She was looking for somewhere to do her album, and I happened to be here when she was looking at the piano. and we got chatting, and there was a spark. We got on, and we talked about potentially doing the record together, and here we are.
He's great. He was really good fun and like made it really fun and kept me really calm, which was good because it was quite a big thing to take on. So yeah, we were there for about 2 weeks recording, and then did the final mix somewhere else.
Okay.
With a guy called Hugh Padgham.
I've heard.
And he is a producer who's worked with Sting and the Police, Phil Collins, McFly, like a big range of different people. And he heard the rough mixes we'd done, and really wanted to get involved. So he did the final mixes, and that's where we did the final bit and got the
Funnily enough.
As my smile appears, he's losing ground. Pulls a deep dark water well around in his eyes as he finally realizes that I might have changed his life. And he feels the pain. Oh, now he feels guilty for the happiness she stole.
So what difference did Hugh Padgham make to finishing the album, Tommy?
It was a really good thing to have to finish off the album. We'd done really well in the studio and recorded it all, and we had everything how we wanted it to sound, and he just really made the last final thing sound really good with the way he mixed it. So it was great to have him on board and just kind of cherry on the cake.
Cherry on the cake, just tweak. How many tracks are you going to put on the Wall of Words album?
There are 10 tracks on the album.
Yeah. Any favourites?
I like the different songs for different reasons, and like there are certain ones that came together really well in the studio that got me quite excited. I was about
Then
to
he
say.
touched you emotionally.
Well, no, ones that just came together really well at the end, and finally sounded like I'd always wanted them to sound, and that was like the really exciting part.
Where do you draw inspiration from for all these songs? I'll tell something right now, like me.
It's got a lot of blues in it, it's got a lot of emotion in it, and it's kind of a bit of jazz, soul-y kind of vibe, all meshed into one.
If you had to compare yourself to somebody, who would it be?
I hate that question.
Answer it.
I don't know, there's lots of different people that I like, but I really don't know who it sounds like. I know that I like...
You can be a crossbreed between sort of 3 or 4 if you like.
I really don't know though. It's really hard to stand back and hear yourself and be like, it sounds like that. I don't know, I can tell you who I've been influenced by. I like Eva Cassidy, John Mayer, Stevie Wonder, Joni Mitchell, you know, lots of different things, and...
Singer-songwriters with great voices.
Exactly.
Is that what you are?
Yeah.